It's week 2 of the National Football League, where we'll see teams who have been division rivals since 1961. It's the Vikings and the Eagles on Monday night.
The city of Philadelphia is one of rich history and passion, and you can always count on the ladder when you step inside Lincoln Financial Field. Tonight we wrap up an intriguing week 2 with a good Monday night matchup between the Minnesota Vikings and the Philadelphia Eagles. Brandon Gaudin alongside my good friend Charles Davis. Charles, so often it's the quarterbacks that are in the spotlight, and in this game, no different. We have a very compelling matchup. Kirk Cousins of the Vikings, Jalen Hurts of the Eagles.
We do indeed. It's something I'm going to be watching for. Who can get off to a fast start? If you can go out, get points on the first drive, preferably a touchdown, you can really set the tone for the game. And I think that both of these quarterbacks are more than capable of doing just that.
Two clubs here, each looking to rebound from a Week 1 loss as we're underway on EA Sports. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. Now, for the first time, we get to see this Philadelphia offense led out by their dual-threat quarterback, now in his 3rd season, Jalen Hurts.
And he certainly had his share of struggles in the opener, threw a couple of ill-timed interceptions in the game. So that was something that was harped upon all week in practice. Because if he's going to help this team be a winning one, he can't give the football away like he did last week.
It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Our game here, the Vikings and Eagles, the second of 2 on this Monday night. The Titans and Bills kicked off a little over an hour ago up in Buffalo. And this, our only Monday night doubleheader of the season. But rumor is, might have a few more for 2023. Hurts, and tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
And it's fielded at the 34. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. The Vikings offense coming out for the first time, and in his 5th season leading this crew, coming off his 3rd career Pro Bowl nod, Kirk Cousins.
And he comes off a tough opening matchup. Threw way too many interceptions in that game. Definitely not the way you want to kick off a new season. So he said to himself, I got to throw that game out. I'm going to get a fresh start right here in week 2.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Now Cousins. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Johnson. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. On play action, Cousins. And that's complete to K.J. Osborne. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
K.J. Osborne with the first down grab in the Minnesota Vikings organization. They're all eager to see exactly what they have in him because he came out of nowhere in 2021 with 50 catches and 7 touchdowns after not catching a pass as a rookie in 2020. He certainly earned a chance to be in the team's top 3, and they want to see if he can build on those numbers from 2021.
Now he dumps this off over the middle, and the tackle going to be made at the 38. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Cousins open here, Adam Thielen. And they'll work this down inside the 30. Well, they clearly wanted to come out, Charles, and be aggressive throwing the football, and they've been pretty efficient along with that aggressiveness. He's now 4 of 4 on this opening drive.
Yeah, and that's led to a fresh set of downs. I like what he's doing back there. You can tell he's at ease. Feels good about what he's doing. And I think if I'm the play caller, I'm reading that. I'm continuing to let him throw the football.
And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive, INT. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Now Cousins. Over the middle, complete. It's Cook. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
4th down, field goal try coming, so Cousins is off, and on comes Greg Joseph from Minnesota. Joseph's got it, and the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. A lot of energy in this building tonight, but the opening drive produces 3, maybe quiets them just a bit, at least momentarily.
Just a little, right? That's all you're asking for, right? Things just getting started. You know they haven't taken the momentum totally here, but at the same time, they like what they've done here in the early going.
And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt that.
Throw for Boyd, but it's intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and you can't do it all on one throw.
The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. And they'll have good field position here following the interception, and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10. First down, here's the run with Cook. Eventually wrangled down before reaching the 20, but a strong run. On 2nd down, it's Cook again. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
They'll run with Cook, and a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try the wide side with Cook. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. From the gun, here's Cousins. And he wisely will throw that one away. The kick by Joseph is good, and they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. They start on the ground here at Sanders. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25. On 2nd and 9, Hurts. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. It was Pettigrew. He doesn't throw any of those, but 3rd down coming up. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Hurts. And that is incomplete. On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. Pulled in at the 24. Almost outkicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And their 2 drives thus far both led to points, albeit both field goals, so the lead just 6-0, but the ability to move the ball is evident.
Well, that's, heartening, as they say, but it's not what they're about. What they're about is putting the ball in the end zone and putting 6s on the board. So if you're the offensive coordinator, you like what you're doing, but you don't love it. You've got to find a way to ring that bell. Then you can have a little self-satisfied grin. Right now, a little more determination is needed. Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. They go play action. Cousins. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook, and he stopped immediately there. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. That's to Cook out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the 1st half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the 2nd half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Two minutes remaining in this 1st half of football. Cousins on 1st down. He gets this one to Johnson. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
Holding offense.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Throwing, Cousins. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Throwing on 2nd and long. Cousins. He's going to get this one down to Cook. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. A 3rd field goal in the 1st half, not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down. The Vikings going to signal for the 1st of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Again, it's Cousins. He'll dump this off to Cook. Now the defense going to use the 1st of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this 1st half. 4th down, field goal try coming, so Cousins is off, and on comes Greg Joseph from Minnesota. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. Joseph's got it, and that will make this a 9-point lead. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
From the 6. The Eagles offense is going to take over late in this first half. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it, down by 2 scores. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And the catch made, it's Tyler Boyd. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. From the 27, Hurts. Left side here to Sanders. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Boyd's the target, and he has it over the middle. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Here's Hurts to throw. That's swung out wide to Sanders. So we come upon halftime with 9 points separating these two teams. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. With that, we take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Vikings. And even though they've got a halftime lead, they're likely devising ways as we speak to try and get a little more production from their passing game. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, they did not have quite the same amount of success in the passing game that their counterparts did, as you get a look at the numbers there.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. So here are the Vikings to take over. They were losers to the Packers a week ago, but they've got the lead right now here as they come up on a 1st and 10. Starting the 3rd quarter with Cook. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Working out of the gun, Cousins. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. With a heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. They'll run it. Here's Cook. A nice little juke. And he's got room. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 43 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. Things looking much rosier for him here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. 3rd quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. Now a give running right, it's Cook. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. On 3rd down, Cousins. And that will be incomplete. And here's Ryan Wright now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. A third down now. Those last two plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Looking here for Smith downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Here's Brett Kern now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. And a fair catch is taken here, a step or two inside the 45-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Again, it's Cook. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Cousins now from the 50. And he'll just get rid of it.
He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this punt sails over the sideline. And the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. The CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing is Hurts. Now they go as Sanders has it poked free. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
Give to Cook out of the gun. And a solid run down inside the 30. A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Cook up the gut. And this won't be enough to pick up the 1st. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson, and he will have a Vikings 1st down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Vikings slow to get up.
Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
The previous run good for 9. Here's second and a yard. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep.
Holding offense.
Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Now a second down throw for Cousins. Completing it to the right side, Johnson.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Third down, Dalvin Cook. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
To throw is Cousins. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season.
And the Vikings have extended their lead to 15 now here in the 4th. Well, we lasted all the way to the 4th quarter without a touchdown being on the board, but here a key one to extend the lead.
Definitely, and I really doubt, though, that that's going to open the floodgates. What do you think, partner?
No, not the way that we've seen these defenses play.
Yeah, no doubt about it. They've been rock solid, but we had to know that sooner or later, someone had to surrender a touchdown, and it happened right there.
Cousins will try and throw to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a 2-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense.
Yeah, that's true. You've said that before.
Fielded right around the 8. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we were talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. On 2nd and 10.
Hurts.
Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10.
Hurts.
And Sanders has got it complete. And he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts.
And this one complete to Smith. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Throwing again on 2nd down.
Hurts.
And that's complete to Sanders.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
7 yards there and a 1st down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
1st down now, but the clock continues to move. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. To throw on 2nd and 10. Hurts. It's caught by Sanders. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Hurts trying to hurry up the offense.
And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts.
And incomplete on the deep ball. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Well, they had to take one final shot at the end zone, but now things are looking really bleak.
And I agree with that totally. You had to take the shot if they did score. You know, whether you call it a miracle or not, you line up, onside kick, get the ball back, throw one more in the end zone, who knows? Had to take the chance, it just was unsuccessful.
They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. They run with Cook. He's been busy tonight. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. To throw, Cousins.
And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line.
Hurts and the Eagles now.
Down by 15. 47 seconds remaining. They've yet to dent the scoreboard tonight. Now they've got to do it twice late if they want a chance here.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Hurts. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete. But the contact is going to move the ball well downfield.
Well, there were about 70,000 that were quickly calling for that flag. It comes out there for pass interference.
And what do you think, partner? A little sarcasm in that cheering from this crowd here tonight. What they're hoping now is to build a little momentum off of it and give them a more genuine reason to cheer down the road.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
From the gun, it's Hurts. He's going to drop this down to Sanders. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now, they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out.
Hurts throw here taken in as he's able to find Goddard. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and they did it in shutout fashion. Impressive.
Would it be too bland of a statement to say they didn't have the greatest day offensively? I mean,
did enough, though. Did enough, but yeah, you're right.
Most games, it wouldn't have been enough. So they've got to go into the locker room and applaud their defensive mates and say, guys, you really carried us today. We'll try and get you back next time. But as for today, you guys are nails out there.
So for the Vikings, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll return home next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, they'll drop to 0-2.
And they'll try for a better outcome next week as they head to D.C. to take on the Washington Commanders.